so windy.
Hello, my name is Ellen Fox, and I am running for the 131st District State House seat composed of Oxford and parts of Naugatuck and Southbury. I'd like to thank Justice Southbury for inviting me today and for having the opportunity to meet all of you to discuss a couple of social justice issues and how I would approach them if elected to the General Assembly. To me, and to all of you, everyone in society deserves to be treated with dignity, regardless of their age, race, sex, religion, or political affiliation. Access to resources, fair and equal treatment, the ability to participate in society without judgment, and the opportunities for acceptance is what makes our world a better place. Basic needs, basic rights. No one should be without a free public education, affordable housing, or suffering from food insecurity or being intimidated because of their race, sexual orientation, religion, age, or their ability to cast a private ballot while going to vote. There are a growing number of citizens in this area here in Southbury, Oxford, and Naugatuck, the towns that make up the 131st District, who are below the poverty line, but not at the cost of living. These households are ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, employed, struggling to afford basic expenses. These are our neighbors, the veteran next door, a waitress at the local diner, the teacher in your grandson's second grade class. Good, honest, hardworking people who are struggling to make ends meet. In my current role as one of Oxford's registrars of voters, I serve Oxford as a nonpartisan elected, serving all of the people in my community. At the state level, I would promise to do the same and work for ALICE to increase housing options. Local zoning laws may need to be loosened that currently restrict accessory dwelling units, ADUs, and aid from state legislators. State legislators can only help to make these units available. ADUs are additional housing on the property of a single-family home, such as an in-law apartment or an apartment over a detached garage. According to Feeding America's Map the Meal Gap study, about 1 in 10 Connecticut residents don't have access to enough food. Most food pantries cater to those who can prove that they're living below the poverty line. But what about those people who are ALICE? I've seen pop-up food pantries emerge in the last couple of years in my community, where if someone has needs, they can simply go and take what they need. More has to happen at the state level for people stuck in the gap so they don't fall further behind in society. I'm not new to public service. Having taught high school government and politics for 21 years in the state of Connecticut, I've always been committed to partnering with families to ensure that students receive quality public education. When school systems focus on providing opportunities and excellence in results for all, every child and ultimately society benefits. Having a first-rate educational system is vital for every community in Connecticut. When municipalities don't receive adequate state education aid, they are forced to raise taxes, cut other vital services, or both. As a state, if we don't give the necessary resources to nurture our education system, we will ultimately see the negative short-term impacts and long-term consequences. We need to address the current teacher shortage, and more attention needs to be given to anti-bullying laws, especially for children in the LGBTQ community, so they don't feel threatened. Although funds from the Federal Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief ESSER program will be allocated in September 2024 and must be used by January 2025 for critical needs, it's just not enough. As a state rep, I would ensure that there would be more funding for school breakfasts and lunches, that at-risk children who are coming to school hungry were nourished, allowing them to grow to be healthy of mind and body, and to focus on learning instead of the grumblings in their stomachs. Children are our future and need to be able to thrive at school. Next, I would allocate for stronger environmental justice legislation and demand accountability for polluters. It's April, and every year, this month reminds us that the earth and its ecosystems supply us with sustenance and present us with opportunities to raise public awareness to promote harmony with nature and the well-being of the planet. When we take even small steps to make changes that will help our local and global environment, we become a part of the Earth Day movement that started over 50 years ago. As a state rep, I would work to pass environmental justice legislation to call for accountability for polluters in the 131st. In a very concentrated area of Oxford, we have 2 crematoriums, one human, one pet, and another human crematorium less than a mile down the road in Middlebury. And yet another human crematorium is in court right now trying to establish their business in Oxford. Additionally, within this area, we have CPV, Tewantic Power Plant, and Waterbury Oxford Airport. Environmental contaminants negatively impact the air we breathe, the water we drink, the crops we grow, our livestock, and our farms. The 131st should not have to bear the heaviest burden from the cumulative effects of air pollutants. We need stricter environmental regulations for businesses coming into the area to protect the health and well-being of our citizens and businesses. Furthermore, I'd love to see a pollinator pathway go through the district to support monarchs and other pollinators along their migratory corridors to build healthy ecosystems that future generations may continue to enjoy. I'll say it again, basic needs, basic rights. No one should be without a free public education, affordable housing, or suffering from food insecurity, or being intimidated because of their race, sexual orientation, religion, age, or their ability to cast a private ballot while going to vote. Thank you for having me, Justice Southbury. I look forward to hearing from all of you about your thoughts and priorities for Southbury, Oxford, and Naugatuck.